Yes, YouTube, and we're live. Big up everyone. Hope everyone's good. Hope everyone's well. Big up Richard Brown already in the chat. Hope you're well. I'll best send Jimmy the link. 1 minute, people. I'll just send Jimmy this link. There we go. We've sent Jimmy the link. I'm on live. Yeah, Jimmy's got the link, so Jimmy will jump on in a minute. Hope everyone's good. How's everyone's day been? Big up Richard Brown. Hope you're well, my mate. We're just Vimto is just probably one of the best drinks about. You can't beat Vimto. Yeah, I've just sent Jimmy the link now, so Jimmy will jump on in a minute. Hope everyone's good. What's everyone's been up to today? I know Paddy's got a live set up for later. He's got 3 or 4 live set up for later, should we say, regarding Scotty G. I wonder what's going to happen there, obviously. Let's see what happens. Big up there in the chat. Yes, Jimmy.
Oh, he fucking loves it. So I'm just making a quick coffee and I'll be with you.
Yeah, no worries, bro. How are you?
Yeah, can't complain, mate. All good.
Good man.
Brand spanking new.
Yes, Mick Abbott, hope you're well.
Yes, Mick. He's well. I'll tell you what, that bloke there, right? He has been since not since the dawn of time, but since I've come on YouTube, he's never sent me anything other than like really nice messages. Plus, I've never seen him leave a negative message to anybody. Yes, YouTube Dark Side. He's a proper.
Yeah,
he's what JDP would call a real one.
That's what I was just about to say. As JDP would say, that's a real one.
Yeah, brilliant.
But yeah, big up everyone. Big up Richard Brown. Big up Dark Side.
Rich Brown's another one. Richard Brown's another one. Listen, I've opened a can of worms by saying that, ain't I? Because there's a lot of people who are decent. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of the people who jump in like my life, your life, JP, Cuddles, they're all like legends.
I agree.
Yeah. Big up everyone.
Right, sorry about that, bro.
What do you have, you Jimmy? Coffee, like, or lattes?
Mate, I'm normally a cup of tea man, but the last couple of weeks I've got right into me coffee for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah. But yeah.
I'm like, I go through stages of mixing through both.
Mate, I smoke as well, so I'll tell you what, I am actually going to have a quick fag before I go upstairs. But I'm worried about the teeth. Like, obviously, coffee. You can tell when you've had a coffee and a fag, there's a taste in your mouth which just is just telling me that you are destroying the colour of your teeth, Jimmy. But I can't stop.
Yeah, it's that tea that does that. Yeah.
Well, I think tea, coffee, red wine. I drink all fucking free. Yeah. Popular to contrary belief, I do have a little bit of culture. I'm not saying I travel the world cheese and wine tasting, but I know my way around a glass of Chardonnay. Don't you worry about that. That's white. That's white wine. I know my way around a glass of Merlot or Shiraz.
I'll be honest with you, mate. Any wine, I can't drink it. Red wine, white wine, Lambrini. I can't drink any of them, I'll be honest.
To me, red wine, when you're sat in a pub, or fuck it, a restaurant they're all called now, and you got a glass of wine and you got the old little finger out, you know what I mean? A bit of, I just think it's funny. But no, I got to be honest with you, I do think a bit of red wine with like red meat, i.e. beef, it just hits a spot for me.
Yeah, a lot of people do like a red wine, to be fair. Like you said, you'll see it a lot when you go out, don't you? Like you said, for a meal and that.
Can I smoke on your live, or shall I turn the camera off?
Yeah, crack on.
Mate, that was the scene of my worst hangover ever. I had 3.5 bottles of red wine. And mate, like I got barred from the pub that day. I got let back in the next day, but mate, I was ill for days. Like fucking hell, it ruined me.
What percent is it like a normal bottle?
I tell you what, I'll open one the other day. What we got here? Percentage wise, 13.5%.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah, strong.
Yeah, so three bottles of them, mate. You're gone, I bet, aren't you?
Mate, I was gone after half a bottle. At that stage in my life, I was assisted on the session, shall we say?
Yeah.
I was able to keep going, shall we say, until to a certain to a certain something ran out, and then it was rock bottom for about a week.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you need something to if you're smacking 3 bottles of them, definitely.
Yeah, mate. It used to be I mean, I was always all right. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I had a drink, I'd want a shooter. But I've got mates even now. Like, mate, they buy a pint, they have a sip, and they're already on the phone. Like, mate, I always used to wait till I was pissed. But
I'm like that. To be fair, I can't drink and not do that. To be fair with you, it's just one of them.
But to these, like I say, to these old people of an older generation who I don't understand why all these kids take drugs and this and that. You're growing up in a different. There's no pub in England or the UK that you could not walk in and speak to probably 5 people and you'd have it. You'd find it anywhere. It's rife. It's rife everywhere.
A lot of pubs I go in, mate. A lot of fucking like people my dad's age and that are doing it.
Yeah.
It's just one of them where, like, back in the day they called it like the rich man's drug, didn't they? But now it's just easy to get hold of. Anyone can get it.
Yeah, it's the thing is people have this, and again, I'm not proud of it, but towards the end I was smoking it, and that's when you get a real taste of how pure it is, because obviously you find out the purity within doing what you're doing with it, and it's pretty much what it's supposed to be honest. It's a problem.
Yeah, I'm glad that I've done that side of it, because I'd be fucked. Well, I've got
it's hard to explain. It's just a more extreme hit of it, I suppose. It hits you quicker, but it wears off quicker. For me, it was the fastest way to go from a sociable human being to a paranoid mess was cocaine.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of my mates who took it and they've just gone fucked off it.
Well, you're out, you're having a few beers, everyone's looking each other in the eye, you're all laughing, you're joking. Fast forward an hour, everybody's looking at their phones, whether that's round here we call it Bertie. You've gone paranoid. You've gone Bertie. But
yeah, mate. With a fucking big, just paranoid out your head. But like Darren just said there, exactly what he just said. Like, it's all bashed up anyway now. It's all shite.
It is. I'll tell you what, it's nice to be talking about something different other than Scotty G for change.
Oh, aye. So this is what I like about this, the lives on here, because it's general chat, isn't it?
Yeah, mate, like I said to you, that's why I didn't want to go on my. I'm quite conscious. I go on my channel. It looks like I'm just trying to capitalise on what's going on, and at all. I think that's why what I've said has come across quite poignant, because I haven't been like getting arsey. It's just been I've been speaking with conviction, and it's something that I, obviously quite passionate about. But you're going to get other YouTubers like JDP being one of them. I should imagine every video he does for the next 3 weeks is going to be about Scotty G in some way, shape, or form. But that's up to him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Get them free.
To be fair though, like, you have to sort of have your opinion on it, because Paddy's going through exactly what you went through with Scotty G, really.
Well, I'd say he's probably got it a little bit worse, to be honest, because the thing with me and Scotty, it was always done over the phone. Do you know what I mean? I mean, obviously, I video called him. I could see how he looked, but he's doing it sat on Paddy's land, in Paddy's shed, less than 6 foot away from him, swearing on his mum's ashes that he's not taking anything.
That's it's just like right under his nose.
The thing is like I said in my video, it seems to me Paddy's like, I don't want to say anything I'm not supposed to say, but from what I can gather, he's like an old style gangster, like honour amongst thieves, like all that's gone now. Like people, you can see that from what he's.
He was
Absolutely.
definitely one of the boys back in the day. You can tell that.
Yeah,
Like,
sort of old boy.
That's another thing though as well. What's making me think with Scotty, like, how stupid are you? Because Paddy, like you said, Paddy's been around the block. He's been around people like that all his life. He knows people like that. He's not stupid. He's heard every excuse under the sun. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's not stupid, and he's, like I said, he's heard all these bullshit stories before. So Scotty should know better, really. But
No,
like
the thing is I know from probably personal experience, Pat. I think the thing is, when you're trying to help someone like Scotty, you close your mind off to everything else, and it's probably impossible for Paddy to relate to someone like Scotty. I find it hard to. How can you have all these chances and not use them? Which it just leads you back to, he just doesn't want to. He's now justified it by saying it's all right to have a. First of all, it was at 11 o'clock. It was, I've never heard of pre-gabs. 12 o'clock, he's admitted buying them. And now 1 o'clock, he's saying that he thinks it's all right for him to take them, in spite of 4 weeks ago, eye contact, a handshake. You can live here as long as you need to. All you've got to do is not take drugs or not take pregabalins. He's allowed to smoke and have certain other things. Personally, if you're stopping, you should be stopping everything.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's one of them. But like, I agree with the thingy. Like, obviously, it's one of them. Smoking a bit of bud's not too bad. But again, like you said, if you're gonna come off it, you might as well fucking do everything. But it's like you said, he's just doing it right under his nose, though. Like, it's like you said, 1 minute he's saying he's never heard of them pre-gabs, and then the next breath, he is taking them and all that sort of stuff. He just doesn't. He's constantly lying that much, though. He's fucking slipping up constantly.
Well, that's the problem. He hasn't.
But it's like Thingy said though. Thingy mentioned it. It's like he was that fucked on one of the videos that we got put out. At one point, he swore down on his mum's life, and then 2 seconds later, swore down on her ashes. It was like, what's he going on about?
He used to do that all the time. He obviously still does, and I just don't think he. And again, I don't think I. Obviously, there's levels to addiction. I don't think I ever got that far that I'd sit there and say something like that, like barefaced lying. But obviously, he does. But yeah, Mick's just hit the nail on the head. It's what they do. Yeah,
it's like you said. It must, when you've not been there before, you don't know. But again, like, he's had so many chances. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's just he had, like, to me, this opportunity he had with Paddy. Apparently, even before I come along, there was this bloke called. I mean, obviously, I know the name Ash String is a piss take, but apparently this old boy had give Scotty 50 quid that he never got back. It seems to me that this is, and the other thing is, like, Scotty. I've never said this before, but Scotty has always said he started the drugs when he found his mum, passed away. Bless her soul. But Scott has also told me a story that before she passed away, they had a conversation where she relayed to him how worried she was about him, that he needs to sort himself out, which has led me to believe that he's been doing this for years. Like, there hasn't. I'm just starting to think he's always been a little bit like this. I don't know. And the thing is you do feel a certain amount of, you want him to get right, because I'm not even saying he's a decent old boy, but there's just something about him. Like, I don't know if everybody feels the same way. For me, he's just one of them people you look at, you just, fucking hell, like, you want to help him. But
yeah, that's the thing with this caller. Like I was saying in one of my videos, the thing with this caller of YouTube, he has got a lot of people who want to see him do well, which is mad, because there is a lot of people who want to see him do well, and at the same time, he's just like, oh, I don't give a fuck what them lot think. But
see, I mean, it's 2 weeks.
That's not him saying that. That's the fucking, obviously, the shit he's taking.
I would just love to be a fly on the wall in his mind and pinpoint the exact point that he started having these conversations, because that's how it starts. You know, an addict's brain is go and get a pre-gab. No, go and get a pre-gab. No, go and get a pre-gab. No. I'd love to know at what point did he actually start negotiating with himself and thinking about it.
That's what I mean. Because when you actually look at the videos, when it was only like 2 weeks ago, when he was on Paddy's lives, he was talking. He seemed sound, like he was talking sound. He wasn't like stuttering and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I never said it, but a lot of people were telling him how. I'll be honest with you. I've always thought he looks like a junkie, even when he was withdrawing. But he looked like a junkie who was withdrawing, and you was hoping that the sky was the limit and he was going to keep getting better and better and better. A couple of them videos, he actually looked ill in, but obviously I know that's the stage you got to go through. It's like he'd done the hard work, he'd done the hard bit, and then went backwards when it was supposed to be clean sailing.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's like you said, you have to go through that shit stage to get back to the good stage.
Yeah, honestly, Darren, honestly, mate, it's all been water off a duck's back. It's just this notion that you've gone a little bit hard on the paint. Now, where I come from, how I grew up, if somebody does something to you and they apologise, it's immediately wiped. You forget all about it. Now, Scotty G's never done that, so I have carried a little bit of a grudge for him. And I even spoke to him. I can't give you an exact. It was about a week ago. He was still sober. I told him, I was like, tell you what, mate. Even I was surprised. I actually put the phone down and messaged him and said, look, I tell you what, it was really good speaking to you. Like, you seem like you're on the up. Like, he was worried about. He said to me that he doesn't like being at Paddy's, which I don't think he quite gets the memo. You're not at Paddy's to be anything other than sitting in that shed for 2 weeks, withdrawing, and then you can start doing. He didn't seem to get the memo. He's like, "Oh, I'm bored here. There's a lot of pressure on me, this and that." And I mean, I initially, when Paddy put that video up of Scotty ticking, I didn't agree with it. It didn't sit right with me. But there's times gone on, I've realised that Paddy's done that as like a fail-safe. As when I kick this cunt out, you guys know why, because this is what he's doing. Like, and he is. You know, I know maybe Scotty didn't ask for the GoFundMe, but he's well aware it existed. He's thanked everybody for it, and like, you just sort of taking the piss out of people. Not only taking the piss out of people, then sat there on a live and told them you don't care what they think. It's like I said in that video. Paddy should get hold of his phone and delete him off you. I spoke to Scottish drug workers, right? Even they said to me, like, if you got any, this was after I deleted his channel. Before I deleted his channel. If you've got any way of getting him off YouTube, get him off there. They don't like him being on there. He shouldn't be on YouTube when he's like that. But he does. Right, the worrying part is he can't tell the difference of when he looks bollocks and when he don't. He can't tell the difference.
Yeah, you can tell he doesn't, because even when people are like explaining to him like that you fucked, he doesn't. He don't get it.
What you're looking at is a bloke who has completely just given up again, and I don't know. It's just fucking. Like I say, at the end of the day, there's so many things to spend your time and energy on, and Scotty G's just proven himself to be the last on anybody's list. You're just wasting. It's just a waste. It's a shame, but it is a waste.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you said, it's a shame because, again, so many people on this corner of YouTube want to see him do well. So many people have donated money for him to get to that next stage in his life, to get off the shit, and he's back on the shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I wanted to make sure that some of the things I'd said hadn't been like misunderstood as being disrespectful to Paddy. I stand by what I said. How many of the YouTube population, if you was to say to them, can I stick this man at the bottom of your garden in a shed and give you £1,500? Most people would think, fucking right. It's not really any upheaval, but the time and effort spent cooking his meals, making sure he's all right, wanting the best for him, and then him just giving you the middle finger. That does warrant like.
It's like I heard Paddy on a video before saying like he was waking Paddy up, like it's stupid o'clock for like to do with the gas and shit because he didn't know how to turn the gas on. It's like I can imagine him like knocking out door at fucking 4 o'clock because he don't know how to turn something on. Because again, like you said, he's not interested. Even when you show him something, he won't listen about learning about trying to do it. I don't know.
Mate,
It's tough on with him.
I had a lot of this because a majority of lives we did was on my channel. Now, I tried explaining to Scotty a million times how to use StreamYard and how to send a link, and he just couldn't. He couldn't fathom it. So in the end, what I managed to do was I managed to get it up on both of our channels at the same time. That was the best I could do. The plan was always to do one live on his channel, one live on mine, and hopefully build both channels. But that just you can't have any agreement with that old boy. You can't do it. It's just piss poor.
Days though, Jimmy, when you was trying to get him on them stream.
Jesus Christ.
They were funny, them.
Yeah, see, I'm looking. The thing is from Paddy's point of view, none of it is supposed to be comedy. It's supposed to be Scotty getting better. But I see it. I never see any of our lives or videos. I know some of it had comedy value when he had them wonky sunglasses on, and obviously when he's dyed half of his hair, I know that he's gonna get it. You know what I mean? But the majority of it I never see as comedy. But looking at what I'm looking at Paddy, you can't help but laugh. Not laugh at it like, oh my god, it's hysterical, but you just simply don't know what else to do.
No, it's either you laugh or you cry. That's the reality.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
but it's like if in my opinion though, if someone like Paddy can't help him, like you said, Paddy's a fucking tough old fella. You can tell he's been around the block. If someone like Paddy can't help him, then he's fucked, in my opinion. Because, like Paddy said, when the police turned up that day at his house, they were turning up at his house, but where the fuck were the police when he was led under a bridge? Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's I 100% get what you're saying. They weren't doing welfare checks on him when he needed it. Now he's in the warm and out of the cold. All of a sudden, I was just waiting for people to say it was me that was doing it. Like it never happened. But I'm telling, I ain't that pathetic. But clearly, some people are.
The police said though, didn't they, on that video to Paddy that it was his social worker that sent him round the summer.
Fucking like. Yeah,
again,
I mean,
where was the social worker when he was fucking led outside KFC shop on a fucking piece of cardboard?
Yeah, it's a fair point, isn't it?
I think we're a bit far from that, Darren.
I did the last conversation I had with him on the phone. I didn't mean to be horrible, but I wanted him to understand what I and everybody else sees when they look at him. I told him, you look like a heroin addict. You look like somebody who's injecting heroin. To me was, I'm going to move him around and I'm going to get on the roids. When you said that in your video, I thought that's proper typical Scotty G. What he is. He's always mentioned the roids, but like again, you can't even come off what you're on now, and you're already mentioning jumping on something else. Do you know? Which they just bat him off. We're probably as it stands at this minute, we're probably about a week away from Scotty beginning to start calling people out again. He's going to get in the gym, he's going to get on the roids, and he's going to start calling people out again. I'll probably be his first port of call, I expect.
Do you reckon?
No, I don't know, but it's the only thing that's missing from his last stint was he ain't calling everybody out for a fight, and I don't know, I don't know. But
I remember when he was doing that as well, when he was trying to get on Simon Kirk's shows, and like everyone was telling him back then, like, mate, get yourself sorted first before you think about fighting.
Yeah, he's got the biggest fight. He's got the biggest fight he'll ever have on his hands right now.
Yeah, mate.
It's not Scotty G versus a shadow boxer. It's not Scotty G versus Jimmy Newman. It's Scotty G versus Scotty G.
No, it is, and that's like you said. That'll be the biggest fight of his life because again, if he's struggling now with the people around him and people helping him. So if Paddy fucks him off, the YouTube gets fucked off, and then the GoFundMe's go. So what else has he got?
It's just what worries me is obviously at the minute, me included, I've said I've pretty much tore him a new arsehole. What worries me is in next week, he takes an overdose or he's found dead somewhere under a bridge, hypothermia. Like, I'm sorry to say, but I won't be backtracking on anything I've said. Like, I can't. I mean what I've said, but I am aware that if that day comes, like, it's not everyone's going to feel bad for him, aren't they? And I will. Like,
yeah, it's of course, mate. Like, no matter who it is, you don't want anyone to die. Like, but again, like you said, it's only going to be his doing if it is, because he's had so many opportunities to not be in that position. There's some people out there what would kill to have what he's got.
Yeah, I have thought of that myself. Like, how many serious like drug addicts are there out there watching this stuff, thinking, "I'd love nothing more than to be in that shed." Was that my mum?
It is.
But
yeah, like you, mate, honestly, I agree. The amount of people, imagine how many people are out there tonight freezing the tits off, not a quid to the name, who really do want to get off the stuff.
Yeah, thousands, I expect.
Especially this time of year when it is fucking at its worst.
Yeah, if he goes, all I know is if he goes to Ralph's, he ain't going back to Paddy's. That's a fact.
Oh, mate, like you said, though, that is the beginning of the end. That'd be the worst thing you could possibly do. And that's no disrespect to Ralph. That's just
it's just the way it is.
That's just what, in my opinion, Ralph cannot help Scotty G.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Scotty not ready to be helped. He has to. Yeah, that's it. He has to want it himself. Like, as video Craig said that last night on Hands Live, and he will bang on. As someone like Scotty, if you've got to want to get off it yourself, otherwise there's no hope.
Yeah.
That's the biggest fucking step, isn't it?
Doing my head. I woke up this morning, right? I can't hear out of one of my ears. It's doing my head in. I had a stinking...
when that happens. It's like you've slapped on your ear, funny.
Oh, mate, I don't know. You guys have probably worked out either I'm just a foghorn or I'm deaf, and it is the latter. Like, I've had two sets of... My hearing's always bad, but I'm well aware that I do an half shout at the phone, but I can't help it. It's doing me head in. I was ill last week. I had I had COVID again.
How many times have you had that, Jimmy?
I reckon 3. The first 2 times I didn't test for it, but the last time not the time just gone, the time before that, I was positive for about a week as well. Mate, I'll be honest with you, I didn't like the fact I couldn't breathe, but my body was my body was all shivery, and I don't know, I quite liked it, but other than that, it was just...
I think I've had it, me, but I've never tested for it. Like, I've been ill and I've what you'd class as it, but it's never come up as a test. Like,
yeah, if I could put it into words, I'd just say it's the worst cold I've ever had.
Someone was saying, no, apparently there's like a new thingy of it out, like a new fucking
new strain.
That's it, a new strain. That's the one. Yeah,
I think
I can't say that I've actually officially had it because I haven't tested for it. I never had COVID. Did you have
Yeah, you must have had it. Everybody must have had it by now.
Did you have the jabs? Whatever they were called again? I forgot what they were called. The fucking...
Nope.
No,
I remember walking through town, walking through Abingdon Town Centre, and seeing like 16 different queues of people waiting in it to go and get something injected into their body that they didn't know what it was because the TV had told them to do it. And I just thought, like, you lot, and this is the YouTube is just another avenue of their propaganda. Like, they will control, like when you go on YouTube and run the government down, them videos soon get taken down. So it is somewhat, they're looking at it like it's just another avenue for them to spread their bullshit. When we were growing up, it used to just be the news and the radio, but now it's on social media as well.
Yeah.
this mind control thing, people just like, oh, my mind's not controlled. It happens without us knowing it. It definitely does go on.
Oh mate, it's like when you look at the when you look back now, like the pictures of us all queuing up outside shops and all that shit. How pathetic were that? Massive queues outside like Aldi and that, 4 in at a time, 4 out. It was like they just took us for mugs.
Yeah, and then all this lockdown, and you can go out just to exercise. Put it this way, I'd never went around that time. I'd never exercised so much because I just used to go out as normal. I never took. I'll be honest with you. Some people might disagree with this, but I never took no notice. I just carried on like normal. I went round my mate's house. I did whatever I wanted to do because I knew it was all rubbish.
Best thing was, I remember I was landscaping for a company at the time, and we all got put on lockdown for 2 months, mate, of just getting paid. Sit at home and chill. It was class.
Yeah.
That was
I got to. Well, yeah, I mean, as long as I think it was 2 or 3 grants I got. Obviously, we weren't working, but they've got to take it back somehow. They're going to put tax up or something, aren't they? They got to. They don't give money out and not take it back. I hope they don't, but
yeah,
they're going to do
something. They'll, like you said, they'll somehow manage to fiddle it back to their favour.
Yeah, we get stung somehow. We always do.
It's like with anything, you know. They put the fucking wages up, say £1 per hour, but then everything in the shop goes up fucking £1.50. So
yeah,
realistically, you haven't made anything.
It's if it carries on, it's going to get to the point. Like I work as a plasterer, you work as a landscape gardener. Like that, in comparison to the, like if you total everybody's earnings, we're not at the top, nowhere near the top, but we earn above average. But it's getting to the stage where even people who earn well, apparently, are just going to be just working just to earn ends meet. That's why I moved in with my mum. I could put videos up. We had a 3-bedroom bungalow in Ardington on a farm. Didn't have no neighbours. It was perfect. Had a dog. It was unbelievable. But the rent, you're not paying anything off. It's 1,000. It was 1,000. I won't ever forget it. It was £1,450 a month plus bills plus whatever. It was well over £2,000 a month our outgoings, and I just remember thinking, this is like constant. All it takes is for me to run out of work or lose a job, and we're fucked. Like,
yeah.
And I ended up, my mum's in here, and mum said, "Why don't you come and live here?" It was supposed to be for a couple of months. Obviously, that's turned into bloody nearly a year now. But
mate, you better not, honestly.
Mate, honestly, I'll tell you what. I think it was a smart decision. The pressure's gone. Like, I can't, like, especially when you got kids, and I don't cope with pressure very well. I don't like it.
I would. If I could go back, if we could do it, like,
yeah,
I'd definitely do it, because it's like you said, mate. It takes the pressure off. It's fucking, it's hard work trying to fucking pay for everything. Like Matt's just saying there, my mortgage has gone up to £1,475 a month. Like,
see, that's a mortgage. That's a mortgage. It's crazy.
And that's
all to have
your food shop or your fucking gas, electric.
Yeah, and I remember my dad moaning about it 25 years ago, saying that I was doing I was saying how things are going up and it's crazy. It's never going to change, I don't think. I
think if I don't know. It's only going to get worse, isn't it?
Yeah.
But to be fair, though, with a lot of stuff what I'm seeing going on at the internet at the minute, with all this fucking madness, what's going on, I think there's going to be a lot of changes going on at world, because a lot of people are being exposed for what they are. A lot of higher power and shit like that, should I say.
Yeah, I just don't.
There's a lot of shit coming out.
We've reached a point where there's that many people here that you can't please everybody anymore. The best our government can do is please the majority. You can't, no matter what decision they make, they're always going to be upsetting somebody, I think. But
yeah,
all the people who pay their taxes and work in this country, all you really ask is, I'm not being horrible, I'm not being racist, but stop looking after these immigrants so much who do nothing. Not only do they take the money they're being given and send the fucker back home.
I know.
Like, it's just an absolute piss take.
One thing that really does get me, really winds me up proper badly, is the fact you've got UK citizens, right? And like people that have been in the army, people that have fought, people that have fucking put their life on the line for this country, paid taxes and everything, out on the streets, right? And then you've got these clowns sat in these hotels, living it up for free meals a day, hotel fucking swimming pools, everything on tap. And us lot are all struggling while that's getting paid for. That's what pisses me off.
I think it pisses everybody off, mate. But they used to just say you did that. You were. I don't know. Is it right wing or left wing? It's one of the fucking wings. Not only that, you're also racist. But that being called racist then is just.
Honestly, I've been thinking about doing this video, for time, because where I live, there's this hotel, and it's a fucking big hotel, It's got swimming pools and that in it. There's like over 100 rooms in there. And you've not been able to book a room in there for over 2 years, right? It's fucking dead. You'd think the place was abandoned. And I feel like just walking in, making it out like I don't know that it's fully booked, going in and saying, like, can I book a room? And then, because, mate, you want to see it when you walk in. There's about fucking, not even being racist, there's like 40 male, black, Asian, whatever, all just staring at you as soon as you walk in. And it's like, wow.
Yeah,
it's no good, and that's just one hotel.
Yeah, mate. You walk around. There's places in Swindon that is just. I'm not being racist, but it's ethnic, shall we say? It's just full of. I think they're Indians, or I don't know what they are, but they've got all their shops there, and I just think. You go to like any other country. We don't build our churches. We don't preach our religion. We just fit in. Whereas over here, they're allowed to have their own little subculture wherever they live, and it pisses people off.
Yeah, it's again like not all of them do it, but like the ones that are doing it, like with the poppies and stuff like that. Now, can you imagine if we went over to, I don't know, a foreign country, and 50, 60 English burnt some of their flags and stuff like that, they'd get shot dead.
Yeah.
Over here, they just get told to move on, not even get touched with a baton. Us lot, we'll go out on a little fucking riot because some of our kids have been killed. And next minute, we're getting, people are getting sent to jail for time.
Yeah, it feels, like I say, all that Tony Robinson stuff, it felt like it was rife a couple of weeks ago, 3-4 weeks ago, and it's all died down again now.
But again, it died down because what they were doing to people, they were giving them massive jail sentences, bigger than what fucking paedophiles are getting.
I know.
Do you know?
I know.
Thinking, I don't want to go. No one wants to go to prison. That's a fact. And who really wants to go to prison for fucking talking a bit of shit online or turning up to a gathering because people's kids have been killed? You know what I mean? It's bad, but then you see these videos of all these other ones, and you're like Blackburn, Birmingham, and that when they're all protesting their side, they've all got massive machetes, and there's no police to be seen.
Yeah,
it's the world's got this. Well, not the world. This country has gone backwards, if anything. Yes, Andrew Bailey, hope you're good.
Big up the Bailey. Big up the Bailey.
Again, like, I don't think it's going to change anytime soon.
Yeah, no, I tend to agree with you, to be honest.
That thing you went to looked quite decent, though, that the one in London.
Oh, mate, I'll tell you what, it was brilliant. The only reason I went is because I thought there was going to be like loads of riots, and I thought, my mum's only fucking tiny. I ain't having her there, riots kicking off, and just stood in the middle. And she was adamant that it weren't going to happen, and it didn't. But I wanted to go anyway, but I got to be honest here. Realistically, the only reason I went was I just wanted to make sure she was all right. Hello, Jonathan. He'd been calling me James recently. But everybody used to call me James.
Yeah.
But I'm on a live. You know full well I'm on a live because you're watching it and he's ringing me. One of my mates. He reckons one of his kids ran downstairs the other day and was like, Dad, that bloke over the road's on YouTube. Apparently they'd seen one of my YouTube videos. And I just thought, fucking hell. Like I actually said to him, I was like, mate, you need to delete that because some of the things I talk about are probably not good for a kid to hear. And not only that, is the video the channels based around me, like some of them you ain't gonna want them watching.
Yeah, that's the other thing with this corner of YouTube, isn't it? Like, I'm the same. I'll put some content out. It's my training videos. My little lad will watch them, but then I'll go into the room and I'll be watching one of these lives. I'm like, get it off.
Yeah,
talking about
it's I've only had that twice. Obviously, it was with matey boy. I had it once when I went in the shop, and there were some workmen in there, and he's like, Jimmy. And I sort of turned around. He said, I watch your channel. I just obviously I shook his hand, but I didn't. I was more surprised than anything. Like that was when it was good. Obviously, I blew it all then, but it is what it is. You can't keep a good man down.
That's the one you can't. Oh shit. Hang on.
James is better than Jimmy. Well, I'm open to James, Donna. You can call me James.
What do you prefer?
I don't.
Jimmy.
My mates will call me Newman.
Yeah. People call
my missus mum was the first person that started calling me Jimmy. And then all my mates it seemed to me as you get older, James does become Jimmy. It seems it must be. That's what's happened to me.
Yeah, I'm like that though. Sometimes, to be fair, people call me Lee instead of Liam.
Yes, yeah. I to be honest with you, I don't care. Call me what you want. I've been called pretty much everything on here so far, so it is what it is.
Yeah, it's just a name anyway, isn't it? Don't really matter. What's your plans for tonight, Jimmy?
Say again, mate.
What's your plans for tonight?
Mate, I need to get my fat ass out jogging. I'm starting to get a little bit fatter. I'm starting to gain a little bit of fat. Oh, yeah. I think the last time I weighed myself on YouTube, I wasn't even 12 stone. I think I was 11 stone 6.
What? 11 stone 6?
11 stone 6. But obviously, since I quit smoking, my weight's gone up. There we go. Can you see that? 12 stone 4. And I've still got dinner to go in yet.
Bosh. But
I tell you, that was another massive thing. Is I have completely changed my diet. Like, not completely, but I don't eat a lot of shit anymore. I eat proper food, and I know it sounds like a ridiculous statement to make. Not to you it won't, because you're like me, but I wasn't eating enough fat. And if you eat within fat, there's a lot of like nutrition and a lot of calories. So I've been eating a lot of fat. No matter what John Boy says, oh, fuck all this 3% mint. I'm about the 20% mint. I just spat then, sorry. But JP's completely different. He's a big old boy who probably finds it easier to gain weight, fat, or whatever the case may be, than lose it. So for someone like him, obviously the low fat, the low calorie stuff is what he's looking to do. I'm looking to gain a little bit of timber.
Yeah.
Well, I have.
I struggle to put it on. Like you said, it's some people throw it on, and some people really struggle.
Yeah, I mean, all this. I'll be honest with you. All this about what's it called? People's metabolism. Obviously, it does play a part, but I'm a firm believer. Your body weight is a byproduct of what you eat and how much exercise you do. Obviously, if you eat low-calorie foods and you've got an active job, you're probably going to be struggling to gain weight. And I don't know if you're the same. When I'm busy at work, sitting down for half hour to eat a nice meal is the last thing on my mind. Like, my job's all about times. Like, I'm governed by timings. Like, I want to get it. And the reality is, the quicker I get it done, the quicker I'm out the door. So, sitting there for half hour eating is the last on my agenda of things to do. But I've realised that I've got to force myself sometimes to do it.
Sometimes I don't even have dinner because you can just get home before it.
Exactly that.
But then
Exactly
again,
that.
it's not good because I don't eat breakfast.
No, see, and that's do you know what? That the first 2 weeks of forcing myself to eat egg and soldiers, I was nearly being sick. Now, mate, I wake up hungry. I wake up I wake up and it's just nailed in. It's just what I do. I need to have them 4 eggs, 3 slices of toast. I chop the toast up into soldiers and I dip it in the eggs. Like,
You can't beat that.
I can. I'm not a massive egg fan. Like, I don't mind a fried egg. I don't really like scrambled eggs. I don't enjoy omelettes. Egg and soldiers is the perfect meal for me. Breakfast, perfect breakfast.
I used to get it all the time when I used to go to my nana's, egg and soldiers. She used to cut the toast like so you could dip it in.
Yeah, you can't. You just can't beat it. A bit of salt in it, and it's a winner.
Yeah, it's bang on that, to be fair. Yeah, have a good one, JP. Big up, mate. Hope you all well. Big up, everyone.
I need to speak to JP. John boy, is there any chance could those sort of give me the belief that we could make this bout MMA? Is there any chance that me and General can do MMA? Or has it got to be boxing? I'll still box all day long, but I just want to know.
4 eggs a day must be.
Can we do MMA?
JP, there's your question, JP. Can MMA be chucked in here?
I'll break the old
leg kicks and head kicks.
I reckon I could do head kick, you know. I reckon I could get my leg up that far.
Hey, yeah, to be 1 minute, sorry, Jimmy. Yeah, it's windy as out, isn't it, Matt? The wind's bad.
Mate, I think the entirety of England is.
Yes, JP.
What's happening, boys? So just before I go, I heard you, Jimmy. Yeah, I don't know, like Kudo's on about the MMA gloves, boxing and the MMA gloves, like he's not on about actual MMA, like you get me?
Ah, right.
So it's not about MMA rules then.
No, just hybrid boxing, like with the MMA gloves. It's the next best thing to bare knuckle, but the gym won't do bare knuckle. Do you get me?
Yeah.
One question: am I allowed to take him down?
No.
No. Right, okie dokie. I had visions of taking him down, unleashing a vicious ground and pound, standing on the second turnbuckle, asking for me belt, and then carry on about my day. But it ain't gonna happen.
No,
maybe next time.
My little one is going off her head. I'll talk to you in a bit, right? Go on, boys. Mine just says, James, Liam, see you again.
Madness.
Fuck, that's cold out here.
Oh, mate, it's bad, isn't it? The wind and everything's next level. It's going to be a rough winter, I think.
We got a light out here now. We've got a nice little. Apparently, here we go.
Mine's gone bust.
Do you know what I find with electrical appliances? Before you get them replaced, sometimes you got to give them a good old-fashioned twat.
Jimmy wants to get him to the ground.
Do you know what? Half of me regrets admitting that I got foot fetish, but I'm all about the truth. I can't regret what is. I just can't regret it. It ain't what people think it is, but I just can't be bothered to. I just got to roll with it now, and I open my big mouth.
Did you?
And that's it. I got to live with it.
I didn't hear about that, no, Dicky. Sorry, mate. Are you two related? That's funny. JDP tried saying that, didn't he, Jimmy? He said they look the same.
I didn't hear it. It's possible, I suppose. I don't know.
You both the same. Shit. Yes. UK Don. Fair play.
Oh, do you know what? It's a shame. I've got to let Kudo have the best moustache on YouTube. It's just I know if I could be resilient enough to let myself look homeless for 2 months, I could beat him. But I just can't do it. I grow it out for about a month, and then I start bloody.
Starts to irritate me.
Mate, it don't irritate me. It's just I got loads of grey hairs in it. Like, it's just, it don't matter what I do. Listen, I know that I take the But people keep saying I've had a bloody hair transplant, right? That is what I take. That it's 2.5 grams of minoxidil, 1 milligram of finasteride, and that's what it's just basically grown me. I've still got a receding hairline, but it's coming.
Yeah, mate, it's fucking done you wonders. I'll admit.
I've got to be honest with you. I need to do a video on it because there are definitely side effects, 1,000,000%. Like
What to having that? Do you reckon?
Yeah, fucking 100%. And again, like I say, I'm just going to say it. The side effects I've been that I can feel, and a lot of people probably going to laugh and take the piss, but I don't care. Like you, how can I word it like properly? Your erections are not quite as hard as what they usually are. Don't get me wrong; it still works, but I just notice it. A little bit of a decreased sex drive, I'd say. But the main ones are like it gives you quite. I have had a week or two of quite bad anxiety, which is I obviously get anyway, but it certainly don't help. But it's clearly something I've decided to just live with because I'm still taking them. But my plan is there's a topical solution. These pills, they're like 97. Yes, Passat. The pills, the pills are like a 97% success rate. So my plan was at the beginning and still is to take these pills for another 3 months, and then I'm going to move on to the topical solution.
Yeah.
Which apparently is no side effects.
Right. Well, that's the pills, is it then?
Yeah, the thing is that I've only ever done a video singing their praises and how it's helped me grow my hair back. And listen, it's not just I'm never going to have an hairline like Johnny Bravo. I know that. It was the bit it was more on top. When I see that I was thinning on top, it was for me. It was either you do something about it now or you keep shaving your head. And I'm a vain motherfucker. Do you know what I mean? I can't help it. I'm obviously not that vain because I ain't had my teeth done. I ain't getting my nose done. My hair was. I just couldn't handle it, and I tried for months to just accept what is the problem. You know, the problem is with social media and all these blokes going on there. I look like this. I'm 50. They don't tell you they're on steroids. But yeah, like what's it called? How nobody wants to get old no more. Nobody wants to get old gracefully no more like they used to. It just used to be common knowledge. As you get 40, 50% of men are going to lose their hair, and people just used to accept it, shave their head or comb it over and be done with it. Now there's means to, you know, I'm not knocking Craig. Like he looks brilliant, but Craig's obviously taking these injections which make you slimmer. I'm doing stuff for me bloody hair. You got JDP doing stuff with their teeth. Like it's social.
People don't want to look old no more, do they?
Yeah, social expectation is through the roof. I think it's no longer okay to get old gracefully. It is
as well as with social media because people don't like. You put a picture out, people are like, oh shit, what people gonna think about me there?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I honestly wish I was one of them people who didn't give a fuck and just didn't look in the mirror as much and just wasn't vain.
Yeah, have a good night with yourself. Big up. No, you're right, though, Jimmy. Fucking nobody wants the grey hair or the no hair anymore. Look at fucking Wayne Rooney's hair transplant, though. It's not the best, is it? And he paid hundreds of fucking thousands for it.
And that right there is why I never entertained having an hair transplant. To me, a failed hair transplant looks more tragic than a man going bald. If you've got a bad hair transplant, like you can't. There's nothing you can do. You just.
No, I agree.
Where I get my hair cut, right? There was a new bloke in there the other day cutting hair, and he's clearly wearing a wig. Mate, it looked like something you got out of, you know, when you was at school and you used to get forced to do a school play and you'd get a wig. That's how bad this thing was. And I'm thinking, if you think that looks good, there ain't no fucking way you're cutting my hair.
Yeah, mate. It's I know what you mean. I've seen it myself. I think to myself, Well, I see some people when they've still got her, and I'm just thinking, why would you even try to keep that? You just get rid of it. But
Yeah,
you
I
bet
did.
this on
I
it
say I
works.
did try that. I did shave it off, and I'll be honest with you. As soon as I shaved it, I was like, "You look like you got leukemia." Like I just didn't like it. But obviously, once you shave it, you're in for a penny, in for a pound, aren't you? You just what can you do?
That's it, mate. I remember when COVID first come about, and they're like up barbers. Remember up barbers and everything shut.
Yeah,
And I was like, "Fucking hell, I need my hair cutting." So I've gone to my mate's dad's. We were all having a few beers, getting pissed and that. I'm like fucking 10 beers in, quite pissed. I was like, "Yeah, go on, just cut it, cut my hair." Mate, woke up next day. I've never seen myself without hair. I had no hair, but I haven't got the shaped head to have a bald head because it's just not right. But wow, mate, I didn't go out for like 2 weeks.
yeah. It's User,
Like,
how we doing?
Yes, using 1, 2, 3 up. You well? Baz just got P-bombed.
Yeah, Beckham probably does. Beckham's had hair transplant.
Yeah, Beckham's hair's too good for his age, isn't it? Let's be serious.
Well, he started losing it, didn't he? And there was pictures that surfaced of him. You could basically see scalp through his hair, and now he's got a really good hairline again. He's had something done, definitely, 1,000,000%. Trust me,
Yeah.
I notice blokes' hairs these days. I never used to, but it's something I notice. When I walk past someone in the shop, oh fuck me, he's got a good head of hair. I just can't help it.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially like if you're going through like, what's that thing called that you've got again? What do you use?
Finasteride and minoxidil. Look, you get like a proper. Hang on a minute. You can't see. Where am I going? Got like a proper prescription.
I put it up to the camera and it's not right. You've got to like.
Do you know? I always thought, you know, when someone's showing you something and they put their hand behind it. Hang on, I'm shit at this. I'm shit at it, but it does. It makes the camera focus. I've only just clocked, but it does actually do it.
Yo, I'm saying, mate. Every time I go to show something on the camera, I end up putting it in the wrong position.
I did laugh the other day when you had that light behind you. I got to be honest, that was just brilliant technique.
I don't know why I had it behind me and not in front.
And what do you want for dinner?
Proper donut.
I've got butter chicken thing.
She's having butter chicken. That looks like I'm fending for myself again.
That's the one, Jimmy.
Oh, I tell you what, I might go in for the old sirloin steak tonight. I think I'm going to chop him up, and make a stew out of it.
You can't beat a good old steak. How do you have him cook? I have it where it's like no blood and fucking medium rare. Is it?
Yeah, that's how I have it. Probably about 2. If it's a thick steak, about 2 minutes aside, then finish it off in the oven.
Yeah.
I do want to buy myself one of them sous vide baths because that's apparently how you get it, like wall to wall rare. But I thought all this bollocks about cooking a steak perfectly. A steak's a steak, but there is something in it. Like you baste it in rosemary and garlic and thyme, and yeah, there is. A steak's a steak at the end of the day, but you can make it taste the best it can taste, I think.
Yeah, that's it. My next door neighbour, he does a fucking banging steak, to be fair.
Mate, they had like proper A5 Wagyu steaks in Aldi. I never got to see it, but my mate had one. It came in like a cardboard box. It was 25 quid. And it's something I've got to try because I do like my food. I don't like my food, but I like, you know, you like that viral Dubai chocolate bar. Like I'm more of a savoury man. I prefer a packet of salt and vinegar crisp over a chocolate bar. But I've seen these chocolate bars so much, I've got to try it.
Yeah,
I need to get one and try it. Have you ever tried Crystal Pepsi before?
No.
It's like it's discontinued now, but it's a Pepsi that is clear, and I'm not joking. It is the best tasting. Well, Coke, Pepsi, whatever the case may be. It just tasted like the nicest glass of Coke you've ever. Have you ever tried Mexican Coke before, made with proper cane sugar and not?
I haven't.
Mate, it's
Well,
the best glass of Coke.
Can you only get that in Mexico? Or can you get that here? Because if it's called,
You can
Mexican-
buy. I mean, this is the Crystal Pepsi I bought. I bought 2 bottles. This was like 2 years ago, and it was like, I think it was £50. It ended up like about £57 with delivery, but I had to try it. I had to have it. And the same with the Mexican
I'll
Coke.
have to try that. That's interesting. I'm definitely gonna have to have a look at that after this live now.
Mate, I bought when them first. I'm a big kid when them bottles of Prime come around, the yellow one.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but it was about £100 I paid for a bottle. It just tasted like the rest of them, just too sweet. But I had to try it.
Yeah.
I'm an advertiser. I can be an advertiser's dream. I can.
I had a massive argument with some guy in the shop about them Prime when they first come out, because the guy was trying to charge like fucking £8 a bottle. And I was saying, listen, you dickhead. I said they're in Asda for fucking £1.99, and he's like, you're just having it out of me. But yeah, again, there was a rip off when they first come out, weren't they?
But it just shows like how if you've got like somebody like Logan Paul and KSI with a real big social media following, they could promote whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
And it was just a viral sensation. They was everywhere. Like people bloody in shops rushing to get them. Like now
there were adults scrapping over them and everything. It was a joke.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Did Jimmy give £100? I'll tell you what. I'm going to check my. I'm going to go through my YouTube. Fucking YouTube on the brain. I'm going to go through my eBay and check. I'm sure it was £100. If it wasn't £100, it was best part of 100 jib.
Wow. Yeah, they were fucking getting knocked out at some bad prices when they first come about, though.
Oh, there'd be something else, wouldn't there? But I'm waiting. I'm surprised they haven't started doing something crazy for Christmas, like some bloody PlayStation 17 or something.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm surprised as well, mate. But then again, that new GTA comes out, doesn't it, just after Christmas?
Yeah, maybe I need to start investing in a few more games because I've just been playing Fortnite. What game can I play? FIFA? What FIFA have you got?
25.
Can I play that on the PS4?
Yeah.
So why would people have the PS5?
I just got the PS5 because a few people I know was on the PS5.
Yeah, see, I when I was going to buy a console, I was adamant it had to be like the best at Xbox and the best PS5. And my brother was like, "Well, what are you looking to do?" And I'm like, "Play Fortnite." And he was like, "What? That's it?" I was like, "Well, yeah, pretty much."
Yeah, if you're looking to just do that, you're sweet with a PS4, definitely.
Yeah, mate, it was £100. It come with an headset, 2 controllers, about 17 games, which I just let him keep. I was like, I don't want them, and that was it.
Yeah. To be fair, I think you can you can like play each other on certain games. Fortnite is one of them. Like I can play with you on Fortnite, even though I'm on PS5.
Yeah, it's just like I say, if I don't do stuff like go to the gym and I don't have a game console, I just sit around like the rest of us, scrolling YouTube, just brain rotting, doing absolutely nothing. I'm not saying it's healthy to sit there playing games 24/7, 7 days a week, but an hour or 2 hours every night, it keeps me occupied.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. I do it. I start to do it a lot more. It keeps you on straight and narrow, that's for sure.
We'll have to set up the big game then. I'll have to get FIFA 25 and fucking show you how it's done.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll even have a Fortnite one as well.
Mate, there's a lot of people that play FIFA. We could set up like a FIFA league or something. Have a FIFA tournament.
Do a big tournament.
Yeah, we could.
We'll look into doing something like that. We can set it up through WhatsApp and then get it on here.
Fucking mate keeps messaging me.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna jump off in a minute anyway, Jimmy. I'm gonna go scran some food and check these. I'm gonna watch these premiums of Paddy's, just be a nosy cunt. See what's happening.
I tell you what, I don't know if that bloke. Sorry, that bloke. I don't know if Paddy knows what he's doing, but I don't normally agree with JDP in anything he says. But one thing I do agree with is Paddy has played this perfectly. It is like he worded it perfectly. To be fair to JDP, like I cannot sit through a 7-minute video without scrolling through it. Paddy's 47-minute video, you are gripped. There's fuck EastEnders, fuck Hollyoaks. There's nothing else you'd rather find out. There's nothing else you'd rather watch. Honestly, Passat, I'd still be up for doing that. I just again, like, I know everybody wants to project of, oh, I've got a brilliant social life. I'm out every night of the week, but that's not my life, and I don't think it's a lot of people's lives. Whether they care to say that or not, I just think it'd be a good crack. I don't know. I just think it'd be a good idea.
Yeah,
I still stand by that.
I still think we should do that original idea as well, and have a fuck off tournament, Kirby tournament. And see who the
Fucking
YouTube
Kirby
King is. We'll even make a belt for it.
You don't see kids playing. Do you know, I remember a time where I would think nothing when I was a kid and there was nobody else about. None of my mates were out playing. I would pick up a tennis ball, I'd pick up a tennis racket, and I'd hit it against the wall. Or I'd do it with a football. You do something to keep yourself occupied. And that's the problem with social media. Sorry?
I'd play Kirby with myself. Just
you can. But I think that's what's happened now. Social media has become so like enthralling that there's nothing else we'd rather do than watch social media. So all the stuff like that's gone out the window.
It's like, I reckon if you asked kids of nowadays, if you even said to them, "Oh, do you want a game of Kirby?" they wouldn't have a clue what you were talking about.
I might ring my mate up in a minute, ask him if he fancies going out for a game of Kirby just to see what he says.
Yeah, get it on video.
I'd probably just slam the door in my face.
It'd be mint though if we could get a few people off this corner of YouTube, a big game of it, live stream.
Yeah, right. Anything's possible. We'll set up a pay-per-view for it.
Yeah, innit? We'll get it going. But right, yeah, sound Jimmy. We'll do another wherever you want. But big shout out to everyone who's jumped in. You're all legends.
Yeah, sound mate. Nice one.
Yeah,
cheers, Lee.
I'll message you, Jimmy, anyway.
Yeah. All right, broski. Take it easy. Chat. Take it easy. Mate. Adios.
Sound, bro. But yeah, have a good one, everyone. That was a good chat. Big up everyone in the chat. You're all legends. Peace out.